Welcome. Welcome to Satsang. And especially welcome on this beautiful day of Gita Jayanti. It's such a sacred and auspicious day for wisdom and truth and awakening and divine darshan and all of that we're looking for. An auspicious day for yoga, whatever form we practice. So it's such a beautiful opportunity to be together on that day. And we begin, as always, with a question that comes in advance. We're joined not only by our beautiful family here, but also by our family joining us online from all over the world who tune in and in their homes, in their cars, in their offices, wherever they may be. And we get questions that come in advance from them on YouTube, on Facebook, on different channels. So we begin by taking one of those questions, and then we open it up to any questions that anyone here might have. Loneliness leads to fear. So how can we become free of loneliness and live in the truth that Krishna is with us, even if our mind says that he's not tangible? So loneliness is a really interesting thing, and then we'll come to the part about God being tangible and with us or not. But first, loneliness. Loneliness is a really interesting thing because it actually doesn't have anything to do with who you're with. Most of us associate loneliness with alone. Like, I am alone, therefore I'm lonely. But raise your hand if you've ever had a beautiful morning, afternoon, night, day, week, month, alone by yourself. Anybody else? Ever enjoyed some time alone by yourself? Right? Okay. So everybody. Yes, gotcha. And raise your hand if you've ever been with people. At a party, at a restaurant, at a club, anywhere, but actually felt lonely inside. Has anybody ever felt that? I know I have. Anybody else? Everybody. So here we are, unanimous. And it's important to realize that because that experience of loneliness isn't based on who's around us. You can be alone and feel full and complete and exuberant, excited, happy. And you can be surrounded by hundreds of people and feel lonely. It's not about the presence or absence of people. It's about the presence and absence of connection. Lack of connection leads to loneliness. But that connection doesn't necessarily have to be with people who are right there in front of you. COVID has shown us that. How easily it is to connect with people online, even if we can't be with them physically. But to have that connection. We miss them. We'd like to see them and hug them and hold their hands. But we have the connection anyway. So when you think about loneliness, don't think so much about who's around me, but think about, am I connected? The question then becomes, connected to whom? Because when we're connected to the people around us, or the people we're seeing through Zoom or WhatsApp, it's beautiful, but it's temporary. So if I were feeling lonely and I got on a FaceTime or a Zoom or a WhatsApp with a friend or a family member, while I was talking to them, I would no longer feel lonely. But the moment it was over, I would feel lonely again. The question then becomes, how do we take care of loneliness in a broader way so that it's not, I have to always be with someone who I'm deeply connected to? Because then it makes life really difficult. How many people do you have who you're really deeply connected to, right? A handful. Small handful, maybe just a couple. Maybe even just one. Then it means you're stuck, crazy glued to that person all the time. Otherwise you're lonely. And that puts a big damper for you and for them. Prevents you from being able to maybe go a different place to do something, or having them go a different place to do something. If every time you are separate, not only do you miss them, but you are overcome with loneliness, then that's a major handicap. Then you can only go where they're going. They can only go where you're going. So the solution is to realize that actually we have within us two very beautiful opportunities for deep connection that are always with us. And the first and main one, or supreme one you could say, as the question asked, is Krishna. It's perfect as today is Gita Jayanti. We'll talk about God in the form of Krishna. But this is true regardless of how you connect with God. Some connect through Bhagavan Krishna. Some connect through Bhagavan Ram. Some connect through Shankar Bhagavan. Some connect through the Mother Goddess, through Mahalakshmi, through so many different ways. And then, of course, different religions. Then we start to have really a near infinite number of ways to connect to the divine. But there's never been a rule that which is meaningful has to be tangible. Right? The questioner said, my mind says God isn't there because God isn't tangible. Well, love isn't tangible. But we feel love. We know love is there. Nobody would ever doubt the presence of love just because it doesn't have a weight or a volume. We know it's there. Even in many ways, you can say electricity. As I look at the lights and the camera, well, it's not tangible in that way. It's tangible in its manifestation. So turn on a blender. That blender is tangible, but the electricity running through it isn't. Unless, of course, you stick your wet finger in a socket. Then electricity becomes kind of tangible. You get it? I love that. I love that. Thank you. Yes, exactly. So, I love when we have kids in satsang. It's so great. So, when you stick your finger in a socket, suddenly you can feel the electricity. But otherwise, the only way that we know electricity exists is because the camera runs, the light runs, the fan runs. But the electricity itself isn't tangible. And in the same way, you can say, well, God, as every form and no form, as that which pervades all, in that infinite formless expression isn't tangible. But all of the things that God pervades are tangible. Like the electricity isn't tangible, but the blender is, the camera is, the light is. Because it is being, because electricity is flowing through it. Well, that divine is flowing through every flower, every tree, every blade of grass, every drop of water, every species, not only humans, every species on earth is pervaded by the divine. So, hold a flower, that's tangible. Hug a tree, that's tangible. Hug your grandmother, that's tangible. And those are all expressions of God. The same way that the light coming from the bulb is the electricity. The sound coming from the radio is electricity. If there were no electricity, you would get no sound out of your radio. No electricity, you'd get no light out of the bulb. So the manifestations are tangible. But even if not, as we said, love isn't tangible, so it means the most beautiful things in the world are not tangible. But you know that they exist because you feel it. So don't allow your mind to steal your devotion by saying, well, God isn't tangible. Every time your mind says that, you can ask your mind, well, do I love my mom and dad? And then, of course, you'll say, yeah. And then you can have a little debate with your mind and you can say, well, prove it to me. Show it to me. How much does that love weigh? How big is it? What's its volume? And then, of course, the mind has to realize, that too is not tangible. So we connect with God knowing that God is always with us. But we also, if that's difficult, as it is for some people, remember that inside you also have you. You also have you inside. Now, we've got you as a manifestation of the divine, absolutely. But we also have just you as you, right? Now, raise your hand if you think that you are a good friend. That if someone wants to be your friend, are you a good friend? All right, so almost all of you. Almost all of you. So, if you're a good friend to others, what do they see in you? What do they like about you? Yeah. What would your best friend say about you? Huh?
We find everything good.
You see everything good. Wonderful. Accepting. Listening. Kindness. Loving. Beautiful. I'm sorry? Absolutely. I'm sorry? Helping. Absolutely. So you are loving and kind and helping and listening, positive, seeing the good. So you've got a really good friend with you. And so even if you can't feel God in you, well, you should feel yourself in you. And since yourself is in you, you're not alone. Because remember, all of your friends have a wonderful friend in you and really like you and think you're really special. You're really wonderful. And so when you find yourself alone with yourself, try to get to know that person who everyone thinks is such a good friend. And then you'll find that you're never alone. Who is that you who's loving and kind and listening and helping and always seeing the good? Who is that? Well, you've got that person with you all the time, wherever you go. So when you're feeling able to deeply connect with God in you, with that beautiful presence of God. But if you find that difficult at times, then just say to yourself, who's a good listener, you know, I'm feeling kind of alone, feeling kind of lonely. And then let that loving, kind listener help you out. Recognize you've always got beautiful company. And if you are one of the people who didn't raise your hand that you're a good friend, well, you're cheating not only others, but you're cheating yourself. You're harming not only others, but you're harming yourself. And ask yourself, what is it that keeps me from being a good friend? And how can I change that? How can I become more kind, more loving, a better listener, more helpful, more positive for them, for the relationship, but also for you? If anyone here has a question, I will be happy to take it. Yes. He's just going to give you a microphone.
Yeah. So I have a question here is like, doesn't matter how good, how loyal and whatever good qualities we say to be as a good friend. Sometimes even good friendships turn into
Animosity, yeah.
animosity, and also even friendship breaks, right? So why do that happen? So we start in a very good way and we travel a lot and suddenly even the friendships break. So why is that happening?
Yeah, it's always sad when we lose friendships. There's usually one of two reasons. One reason is the more simple, natural way. The flow of life just moves. And maybe it's a physical distance, you move, they move. Or maybe it's a diversion of interests. You know, you were very good friends in school, but then your interests diverged. You no longer have same interests. These are the natural flows of life. We still love them, but we just don't have very much in common. We don't hang out very much. But then there's the type, as you said, that turn into this animosity. That usually comes from some kind of either competition or betrayal. So either you did something to hurt the other person, cheated them, cheated on them, lied to them, did something to hurt them, something against the sanctity of friendship, of loyalty, of caring, of loving. Or what happens sometimes is friends start to compete. And the moment you start to compete, then there's division. Because then suddenly we are separate. It's you versus me versus you. It used to be us. It used to be we. We were one. We could eat from one thali. We got a cookie, we split it in half. Had a long drive, we would alternate who had to drive, whatever it was. Long math homework, you did half, the other one did half, right? I mean, we share with friends in this we are one way. But suddenly there comes competition. Sometimes it's academically, who's going to do better in school. Sometimes it's in the career, who's going to advance, especially if you work in the same company, who's going to get credit for something. It happens sometimes socially. Who's going to be the one who's more popular? It happens sometimes romantically. Competition over a man, a woman, a boy, a girl. Competition breaks relationships because it creates this separation. Me versus you. If your loss is my gain, and my gain is your loss, and your gain is my loss, we can never be friends. Because then I'm always wanting your loss because that's my gain. And I never want your gain because that would be my loss. And it's very hard to have a friendship like that. Absolutely. So that's where you get losing friendships. But, love is very resilient and very powerful. And if there really was a powerful bond, even if you feel like you've lost it, go back. If something happened, go back. See what you can do to fix it, especially if it was your fault. See what you can do to make amends. If it was their fault, forgive them. But love doesn't come very easily every day. Good friends aren't growing on trees. So if you've got one, even if something happened to separate you, see what you can do. And if all that happened was time or space, location, reach out. Reconnect. Because those friendships are very, very, very precious. Yes, wonderful. Does anyone else have a question? Yes. अच्छा उसको पहले इसको दे देना. Yeah.
Why is a human mind is...
Can you come here? Can you come here? Come here. Idhar aao.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you. You can come sit here with me. Want to sit here or here? Either way. Okay. And you know what? If you sit like this, if you turn around, there you go. Come back a little more. There you go. Then all of our family from all over the world can see you. You want to?
Human mind इतना चंचल क्यों होता है? Why is it so wavering all around?
Yes, yes. I get it. Beautiful. So, no, I have a mic. Thank you, though. No, beto. Mera sath raho. Aajo. Wapas. Thank you. So, it's the nature of the mind to be like that. She asked, by the way, those of you who didn't get the Hindi, why is the mind always jumping around from place to place? Why do we have a monkey mind, basically? Right? So, it's the nature of the mind. Have you seen a monkey? What do monkeys do? Right? Exactly. Now, would you say, why do monkeys do that? If I ask you, why do monkeys do that? Because it's what they do, right? It's the monkey. Bandar to hai ye.
It's their nature.
It's their nature. So, monkeys jump, it's their nature. Our mind jumps, it's the mind's nature, but you can control your mind. Do an experiment with me, okay? I want you right now to close your eyes. And close your eyes. And in your mind, I want you to count to 10 inside your mind very loudly. Done? Did you do it? So you controlled your mind. Now, close your eyes. I want you to think about chocolate ice cream. Okay? Could you do it? Close your eyes again. I want you to think about pizza. Can you do it?
No, I will do pizza.
Yes, pizza. Okay, so you can think about pizza. Success? You're enjoying thinking about the pizza? Okay, now come back. Good. Now, you could do that, right? No problem? When you were counting to 10, did your mind become chanchal? What happened to it? Between 1 and 10, between 1 and 10, did your mind go up and down or your mind was straight from 1 to 10? Okay, so walk me through. I'm going to turn on your mic. Walk me through what happens. You go 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10.
10.
Beach May, did you think about anything else? What did you think about?
Pizza.
But that's great, because I told you to think about pizza. So this was wonderful. Anything else you thought about?
All chocolate ice cream.
Okay, but that's good, because I also told you that. Perfect. Now, what we have just shown is that when I say think about chocolate ice cream, you can think about chocolate ice cream. You tell your mind chocolate ice cream, you think about it. I say pizza, you tell your mind pizza, you think about it. Right? You can control your mind. I say count 1 to 10. You can do it. Whatever I tell you to do with your mind, you can do it. What that means is you can train your mind not to be chanchal. But you have to give it very clear instructions. Now, this is where, have you ever meditated? Have you done meditation? And when you did meditation, do you remember what the instructions you were given were? What were you supposed to focus on in meditation?
First of all, to sit in a comfortable place.
Yes, of course. But with the mind, what do you do with the mind? What did they tell you? Do you remember?
To relax the mind.
Mm-hmm. You don't look very relaxed. Then, what after that?
To close your eyes.
Mm-hmm. And then? No problem. Here's what we're going to do. I want you to close your eyes. We're all going to close our eyes together, okay? Come sit next to me. Come sit next to me. Right here. Here. There you go. There you go, okay? Now, we're going to close our eyes. Everybody is going to close our eyes together. Okay? Yes, you already got your hands in exactly the right position. Now, as you've said, we're going to relax our minds, which is a lot easier said than done, as you demonstrated. But we'll take a moment. And just allow the breath to become slow. And now, inside your mind, I want you to say love. Say love inside your mind. Now say it again. Now keep saying love inside your mind. Now, I want you to notice your breath. Just notice it. Imagine that after meditation you have to write a report about your breath. You're not trying to change it. Just become aware of your of your breath. Put all your focus, all your awareness on the breath. Don't try to change it, but just become aware of it. And if the mind starts jumping, if the mind becomes chanchal, just yell love in your mind. Keep saying it if the mind is jumping. But otherwise, keep the mind on the breath. Really notice it. Is your breath deep or is it shallow? Is it long or short? And now, instead of saying love in your mind, I want you to say so hum. When you inhale, when you take your breath in, say so in your mind. And when you exhale, when you let go of the breath, say hum. So as the breath goes in and out, you're watching the breath and you're saying so with your inhalations and hum with your exhalations. Okay, now you can gently open your eyes. How did that go for you? How did that feel?
A little nasty.
A little nasty? In what way?
Like very, very jumping.
Very jumping. Okay, well,
Not very jumping.
Okay.
I mean to say.
Well, that's a lot slower jumping than before.
My mind was jumping a little slow.
Okay, well, that's good. And that was only maybe 4 minutes of meditation. Imagine what would happen if you did that every day, maybe 5 times a day, and for a little bit longer. See, just in a few minutes, everybody's mind jumps, don't worry. Your mind is very beautiful. Very beautiful. But the goal is that we want it not to jump out of your control. Because then it's going to take you all sorts of places that you don't want to go to. It's like getting in a car that's going where you don't want to go. Right? So that's not so much fun. When you get in a car, you want it to go where you want to go. So if the mind is jumping and you have no control, it's like getting in a car that has no steering wheel. Or that's being driven by some crazy person. You don't want to get inside. So we have to make you the driver of your mind. And that practice that we did, where you just watch your breath. Did you notice your breath?
Yes.
Was it long or was it short?
Very, very long.
Beautiful. Beautiful. The longer your breath is, the quieter your mind will be. So the longer and the deeper your breath is, the mind will become quieter. And do you remember that little 2-word mantra we chanted?
First of all, when I came door open, then I saw that you and all were chanting Om Trayambakam Yajabhaye Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshiyamamritad. Right?
That's beautiful. That's a lot longer than the mantra we chanted in our meditation, but that's beautiful. Let's give her a round of applause. That was wonderful. Thumbs up for you. 2 thumbs up. Do you remember the mantra we chanted in our meditation, though? It was only 2 words that I just gave you. Anybody want to help her? Perfect. Yes, great. Great. So we began with love.
I was just thinking about, I thought I would be wrong.
You were very right. You were very right. So we begin with love because it's a very easy thing to just say. The minute the mind jumps, you say love, love. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful way to bring the mind into your control. But then, as you inhale, okay, so look at me. As you inhale, right, we chant so. Can you do that as you inhale? In your own mind, you chant so on the inhalations as the breath comes in. And then as you exhale, you chant hum. And you can do that even when you're not meditating. When you find that your mind is jumping all over, you can chant that. Okay? And what you'll find is, how old are you?
Almost I'm 7 years old.
Wow. Wow. Well, you are a very beautiful, almost 7. And I think your mind is very beautiful. It's very active because little girls are kind of like monkeys in that way. Where it's just your nature. It's just the nature for the mind to jump all over. Don't worry. But it's also very good if you can control it a little bit so that it doesn't jump away from you. So whenever you find it's jumping away from you, can you just say love, love, love in your mind? And then it'll come back. And then you practice that so hum, so hum, so hum, so hum. And it'll be a very good practice for you, okay?
Right.
And then I want you to come back when you're almost 8. Or if you can come back sooner, maybe when you already are 7, and then you can tell me how that's going for you, okay?
Sometimes when I don't want, like you said that.
It's okay, sweetie. Take your time.
Yes. So sometimes if I don't want to go that place, so I may control my mind. But when I want to grab that place, I always jump over.
Well, jumping is okay, as long as you're in control. If you decide you're going to jump, no problem. It's wonderful. Jumping, see, he's jumping in the back. Perfect. Jumping is great. Jumping is great. Now you can keep jumping. Jumping is great. Lets off some energy, some steam. It's very good. It's good exercise. So if you decide you're going to jump, no, but you want to come up, how are you? How are you?
Fine.
You were doing some good jumping back there.
Yes.
Yeah. So she was jumping on purpose. It's great. It was not out of her control. The problem when our mind jumps is it's not in our control. So if we decide, oh, I'm going to eat pizza, I'm going to jump to think about pizza. No problem. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to jump in my mind to think about going to school. No problem. The problem comes when you are trying to think about school, but the mind is on pizza. Right? That's the problem. So you want the mind to be able to be where you have put it. And so that's why we meditate to practice. Okay, do you think you can do that? Wonderful. And what is your name?
Manya. Manya.
Manya. Beautiful. Beautiful. And what is your name?
Amira.
Amaria. So beautiful.
She's my friend.
Lovely.
No, I mean to say, my friend's name is also Amira.
Ah, well, she can also be your friend. How about that? You can become satsang buddies. What do you think about that? Would you like to be satsang buddies?
Almost.
Almost. Like you're almost 7. Maybe when you're 7, then you can be satsang buddies.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Amaria, do you have any questions? You don't have to. I just thought since you were here, maybe you had one. But you can sit here anyway. You have a question. Yes. Would you like to come up and join the group?
You are looking very tall, very tall. Nice. You may be very...
But you know what, sweetie? Can you turn around just so that everybody can see your beautiful face? Yeah, you can come a little closer if you'd like. No problem. There we go. Okay.
If God really exists, how can we feel God?
Beautiful. So, does God really exist? And how can we feel God? So God exists in everything. And God is love. So when you think about, close your eyes for a minute, and think about the person you love most in the whole world. Now think about giving that person a really big hug. Can you feel it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When you feel it, that's feeling God. That love that you feel, that love, that is the presence of God. Tell me who the person was that you thought of.
Mom.
Mom, beautiful. And how old are you?
9.
You're 9. Okay. Now, your mom's body, her physical body, her arms, her legs, her face, have changed many, many, many times since you were a little baby, right? Right? Maybe you can even remember some of those changes. Maybe some of them you only notice when you look at photographs. But all of us keep changing. Not just because we're aging, but just actually the cells of our bodies keep changing. Our body keeps changing. Everything keeps changing. But you've always loved your mom, right? Yeah, turn it. Yes, we can turn that. Turn it on for a big
Yes.
yes. Now, is it mom's finger you love?
Whole mom.
Whole mom. Okay, so whole mom means fingers and toes?
All body parts.
All body parts. Okay. And what else? Is it only her body?
Her love.
Her love. So where does mom's love exist? Where is that?
In
Is
her
that-
heart.
In the physical organ of her heart? Like in her ventricles?
No.
No. So where's that love?
Mind.
It's a trick question, I know. I'm sorry. I've given you like the PhD plus question and you're only 9. So but here's the thing. Mom's love. Well, we say heart, but the heart's a physical organ. The love doesn't actually exist in our, ventricles. Right? Doesn't exist in the little drops of blood. So that love exists. That love that connects us is an energy. Love is an energy, right? You feel it. You can feel love. It's an energy. Well, that's the energy of the divine. That's the energy of God. And when you feel that love, you feel mom's love, you feel your love for mom, that's feeling God. Because if you only loved the body, if it was only her body, then as her body changed, you would love her differently, right? So it's not her finger, it's not her toes, it's not her elbows. It's the whole package of mom. The essence of mom. And the essence of mom is God. Did you know that?
No.
I can turn it on for you. Here we go. You can hold it if you want.
No.
So mom's essence and your essence is God. We have bodies. Mom has a body, dad has a body, you have a body. But our bodies keep changing. We're not our bodies. You're not your body. Your body keeps growing. Right? Sometimes your body goes to sleep. Sometimes your body's sick. But you don't change. Because that you is divine. And that mom, that essence of mom is God, is divinity. And so every time you think about mom and you love mom, just realize that really what you're loving is God in mom. And sometimes maybe you'll see a tree or a flower or an animal and also love that. And what you love in that is also God. And as you meet more and more people in the world and you love them, what you love in all of them is God. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, good. And what is your name?
Naisha.
Naisha.
Oh,
What beautiful, 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 beautiful names, beautiful, wonderful girls we have with us tonight to lead us in our beautiful satsang.
Everyone gets my name wrong. It's actually I, but they say Y.
Say that again. It's actually?
Actually, my spelling is Naisha, but everyone thinks that it's Y, so they call it Naysha.
Oh, but it's actually Naisha. Naisha. Beautiful. Well, maybe we should just get it tattooed on your forehead.
No.
But you know what? People spell names wrong all the time. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Because what matters most is that they don't get you wrong. Whether an I, whether a Y, you're still there, right? It's like if somebody said, I love you, Krishna. But when they said, I love you, Krishna, they maybe spelled Krishna wrong. Well, you think Krishna would still love them? Do you think Krishna would love them even if they spelled his name wrong? What do you think? Oh, you know what, sweetie? Can you come either here or there? Choose a side. Either side. Either way. Whatever you prefer. So here's the question. Okay, you can come closer. There we go. All right. Musical chairs. Good. So, do you think that if somebody spelled Krishna's name wrong, that he would love them any less?
Yes.
Really? Really? When Krishna's made all of us, clearly if he made us like this, if he wanted us all to be perfect spellers, we'd all be perfect spellers, right? What if you chanted a mantra wrong? Do you think Krishna would still love you?
Yes.
I think so. Because you know why? You know what matters most to him? What's in your heart. And so as long as someone says Nahisha with love, whether they think it's an I or they think it's a Y, as long as they say it with love, that's what matters the most. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. And then, wonderful. Wonderful. Any other question? Okay. Well, a beautiful, beautiful satsang with our...
May I tell? May I tell what my? May I tell what I love most?
Sure.
I love almost Lakshmi ji.
You do? How wonderful.
I always think to bathe the
That's okay. No. She's just... That's okay. No, concentrate. It's okay.
the murti, the
The Lakshmi Murti.
yes.
Yes.
I always think to bathe the murti with Ganga Jal or anything else.
That's beautiful.
I always think to wear them a new dress.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Did you see our Lakshmi ji here?
Yeah. I was in Haridwar right now. 3 days or, I mean to say 1 day before.
Yeah.
Nani saw a shop. She thought Manya would like this woolen dress. I said, yes, please. Nani purchased that woolen dress. And we sat
You're
in
doing
the
great.
auto and went home.
Sounds like quite an adventure.
In the hotel, in the ashram.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, I'm so glad that you love Lakshmi ji. I'm sure that Lakshmi ji loves you. That's wonderful. And that's how you feel. How you feel God.
I have sat them on a singhasan.
Oh, wonderful.
Mini.
Mini Singhasan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's lovely. That's wonderful. We should do as much of that as you can. Because that connection to God when you're bathing Lakshmi ji, when you're pouring Ganga Jal on her, when you're putting her on the Singhasan, in that moment you can feel her. You can feel her. And that's when you start to really be able to feel that beautiful presence of God. Yes.
How can we control jealousy?
Ah.
Very nice question. Then you will ask.
Okay. So let us first unke liye taaliyan bajao, because that was a very brave question to ask. A very, very brave question to ask about jealousy. Now, I would...
Me too. I have also the same question.
Okay, great. Well, you are also very brave. Very brave. Now, can you tell me what things make you feel jealous?
Thank you so much.
Tell me what makes you feel jealous. Do you remember the last time you felt jealous? I know it's really hard to admit it in public, but everybody here loves you. And this is very
jealous of my club.
Yeah? Of your club.
School astronomy club.
You were feeling jealous of the astronomy club.
Yes, I mean to say that Ruhani Kapoor,
Oh,
the member.
a member of the astronomy club. And why were you feeling jealous of this member? Rohani.
She was presenting very beautifully. Ma'am was saying, nice.
Okay. I understand. Have you ever had something like that happen? That somebody's presenting very beautifully and everybody's...
I'm not given appreciation.
Oh, that you weren't getting enough appreciation. It happens. It happens. Anybody else ever feel that way? Huh? Raise your hand if anybody else has ever felt like that. See, we all know that. We all know that.
I felt jealous when I got the silver medal in space. Actually, I wanted the gold because I love to study space.
Absolutely.
Me too.
Astronomy. The two of you should become... Yes, astrology buddies, exactly. Astronomy buddies. So, here's the thing with jealousy. Jealousy happens to all of us. Okay, jealousy happens to all of us. It's very normal, but it hurts a lot inside, right? When you feel jealous, your heart hurts, and pain does not feel good. So the question is, how do we stop feeling that pain? Number one, this Rohini, who was looking very beautiful, and this person who got the gold medal, can you look at them and actually appreciate them? Can you also say, wow, Rohini is looking so beautiful today, and just appreciate it? And can you look at the person who got the gold medal, whatever they did, maybe a project, maybe the answers on a quiz or a test. One sec, sweetheart, just coming right back. Then, if you can look at that and actually see it and appreciate it, then what happens is it makes a good feeling in your heart rather than a bad feeling in your heart. Because jealousy is looking at them. Jealousy already knows she looks very beautiful. This other person did better than I did. But it's looking at them with a negative, painful feeling. If instead you can appreciate them, then it brings a happy feeling. But along with that, that's part one. Part two is you have to say to yourself, and I want you to repeat after me, both of you, I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am wonderful.
I am wonderful.
I am very, very, very smart.
I am
very smart.
I'm very smart.
Why copying?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, one more. I am complete.
I am complete.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am full.
I am full.
I am divine.
I am divine.
Beautiful. Now, I want you to say that all the time, every day. Because when you know, let's do it again. I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am wonderful.
I am wonderful.
Is the mic on or off?
It's on. सभी को सुनाई तो दे रहे हैं ना? हाँ हाँ, आवाज तो आ रही है सबको. बढ़िया. I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am wonderful.
I am wonderful.
I am very, very, very
I am
smart.
very smart.
I am full.
I am full.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am divine.
I am divine.
Okay, can you do it on your own?
I am beautiful. I am very, very, very
Wait,
smart.
You missed one. You missed one. I am beautiful. I am wonderful.
I am wonderful. I am very smart. Very smart. I am whole. I'm divine. I'm divine.
Great. And full.
And I am full.
Beautiful. Shall we try it together one more time? I am beautiful.
I am
Beautiful. Together. Mere saath bolo. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I am wonderful.
I am wonderful.
I am very, very, very smart.
I am very smart.
I am full.
I am full.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am divine.
I am divine.
Beautiful. You're going to remember that?
Yes.
Moms, इसको note कर लीजिएगा. है ना, ये तो रोज का मंत्र हो गया. ठीक है? So, the cure to jealousy is that you appreciate what's beautiful in the other, but you also know how full and whole and complete and beautiful and wonderful and divine you are. Can you do that? Can you do that?
What?
Okay, I will repeat myself. I said the key to overcoming jealousy is that you appreciate what is wonderful in others, and you know that I am beautiful, I am wonderful, I am very smart, and I am full and whole and divine. So there's nothing to be jealous about, because I inside of me am already full and divine. Even if somebody else has the gold, you get the gold on the inside. You get the gold on the inside, okay? And you, of course, absolutely. There's an unlimited number of golds to go around.
When बाद में after I noticed मुझे पता चला कि actually रूहानी की मदर और उसके कजन ने उसको पीपीटी बनाने में मदद की थी, बढ़िया सी पीपीटी बनाने में. I thought she is very cheating. Cheater, most big cheater. जबकि मैंने तो एकदम अपने आप से बनाई थी.
So, this is a beautiful point actually. ये होता है लोगों को. When we feel, she said that because I was so jealous, I thought that she had cheated. That other people had done the work for her, she had cheated, but then I found out she actually did it herself. When we are jealous...
No.
Oh, sorry. This was the other way around. I thought she had done it, but she hadn't done it. They did it for her. Acha.
After all, when
Turns
the
out
PPT
she
was
hadn't done it.
No. When the PPT was over, then when the presentation was over, I noticed that her bhaiya and her mother was helping her in the PPT making.
I understand. Okay.
I made it the PPT myself.
So there you go. So who's the winner then?
Me, because
Yes.
I didn't cheated.
Exactly. Chalo. You are the winner. You are the winner. Lovely. Wonderful.
Why did you?
I just put it down so I could clap because I've only got 2 hands. And if I had a mic in one hand, तो मैं ठीक से तालियां नहीं बजा सकते फिर. इसलिए मैंने रख लिया. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being part of Satsang tonight.
You can have muddy group.
It was really a lot of fun with you all.
Satsang.
Beautiful. Have a... Yeah?
मुझे तो मन कर
It's-
रहा था.
I'll turn it on for you. Okay.
I thought of staying at the Satsang Buddies group at all over आधा घंटा, a half hour more.
You'd like our Satsang Buddies group to go half an hour more?
Yeah.
Well, do you have another question? Or do you just like hanging out? Because hanging out
I
is okay.
have just one question. Yeah. So my another question is that why we can't control ourselves at angriness? Oh,
This was my question, you know.
Can't,
I know.
I always wanted this question.
why can't we control anger? Control ourselves?
Why we
Can't control.
why we can't control ourselves at anger?
Right, that's what I thought. Okay.
Brave.
So, anger comes when you are not conscious. Okay? Remember before we were working with the mind, saying love, 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 saying soham in the mind? When you are not conscious in your mind, that's when we become angry. We see something, and suddenly, without any consciousness, we become angry. Because what we want is not happening. That's what anger is. जो मैं चाहती हूँ, वो नहीं हो रहा है. जो मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ, वो हो रहा है. So I become angry. But I become angry because I am unconscious in that moment. I'm not present. I'm not grounded. I'm not anchored. So if you want to prevent anger, remember we were working with your breath, about being aware of your breath? Every time you feel anger, I want you to close your eyes, count to 10, and allow the breath to be very, 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 very slow and very, very, very deep like it was. And I want you to chant so hum. When you inhale and exhale, I want you to chant that. Done, right? And the anger goes. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to break free of anger. Otherwise, anger kills us. It kills us. Okay? Well, I think you are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, all three of you. Really wonderful. No, I would say 3 gold medals. 3 platinum medals even. Better than gold. Diamond medals. 3 diamond medals. Beautiful. And now you get to go. Now you get to go and be the model for other people. Now you get to go teach other people what you have learned. Okay? Slowly and gently and calmly and lovingly, you get to teach them. What do you think about that?
What is the meaning? See, self-independent. Yeah.